GPT. 3,560. AI. These AI bots are a huge problem. They're ruining the internet. They're stealing your data. They're taking your good ideas, taking your intellectual property, and they're gumming up the internet, and they're burning up people's server bandwidth. Hello, everyone. This is Shawna with DisruptApps LLC, and today I'm doing a quick unscripted video, and the topic is dealing with web bots. And I'm still wrestling with my web bot problem. And I've been working with my web hosting company to kind of get to the bottom and more to mitigate these bots. And what you're looking at here is a robot-traffic.log that basically they put, I'm just going to show over here on the left-hand side because I don't want to display everything, but over here on this left-hand side, you can see my FTP client, and in my root of my web server that they have, you've got the bot traffic log. And basically what they've done is they went in and they put a log file of all the bots, all the basic user agents that are coming in and hitting my websites. And dealing with my web hosting company, they've been pretty good working with me and escalated tech support to figure out what's going on. And basically what's happening is they have a technology called Nginx, and I don't know a whole lot about it, but because of the bot traffic, it was using up PHP workers and resources and crashing my sites, and was taking down all of my sites. And they had to manually go in and, again, I'm not familiar with Nginx. I have an idea of it being a proxy server, but I don't run it myself. But they had to go in and rebuild the config file. And this was happening over and over and over again. So basically, in my last video, I made mention that I put an htaccess, and if you remember in that video, the htaccess kind of, you can tell the server what to block and how to rewrite your pages and things like that. And in my other video, I kind of went through it, but if you put in here, this block of code that's highlighted in blue basically blocks those bots. So, and these were the nuisance bots that were clogging up and taking down my websites. So that was step one that I did and we did to help mitigate that. So over the past month, and I want to show you since June 30th till July 26th, way down here, I have over 8,634 bots hitting my websites. And they said that it's pretty unusual, but it's not unseen for websites to get that much hit. So maybe I'm drawing some attention that I don't know about, but going through here, you can see right away GPT bot. So I went through all of these, I browsed through all of these to see all the different bots, and to do a quick list, here's some of the bots that were hitting my pages, my domains. The Facebook hit me over and over again. OAI, Awario, Google, MJ12, CloudBot, Pedalbot, SEMrush, Ahrefs, BingBot, Amazon, ByteSpider, Zoom, and some new ones popped up. Zoom, GPTBot, Census, BarkBrowser, ORT, Data Provider, yada yada yada. After doing some more work with them, my web hosting company, we've done some things and changed some things around, and then my next step is to put a robot.txt. Let me see if I can blow this up. Basically, you just create a text file. We can use Notepad or whatever IDE you have, and allegedly you can just put user agent asterisk with disallow and /. And looking here, I think it's called, if you go to robot.txt.org, let me go ahead and just get to the home page so you can see it. Really old school page, and this is the page that they recommended, and the internet also recommends to basically help mitigate robots. And I'm finding out as I'm going if this is going to work or not. But website owners use the robots text file to give instructions about their site to web robots. It's called the robots exclusion protocol. So yada yada yada, come down here on I'll put this link in the description, but it's basically how to create, and then it gives you some basically how to stop robots and to pick and choose what robots you want. And down here in the documents, it shows to exclude all robots from the entire server. And at this point, I don't care. I just want to get rid of all of them and maybe gate them back in as I want. But this page seems pretty straightforward and simple of how to deal with robots with the robots.txt. And that's, after you do your robots.txt, like I have here, where is it? My robots.txt is just a simple text file, right? And so basically, if you have access to your server or your FTP client, I'm only going to show half the page here because I don't want to give away anything, but you just come into your FTP client and you find your, I'll come up here to, say Rocket Hedge is one of my web pages. So you just come in here and you just drag and drop in here into your domain. So you need to do that with all your domains if you're hosting if you're managing your multiple domains. Getting back to this code here, not this code, but this log, and then looking in here, let me go ahead and hit copy this, Facebook, Control F, paste it here. We're looking at this Facebook has 397 hits in a month. Let's do another one. OAI's has 418. Let's do ClaudeBot. 126. Pedalbot. Let's do Pedalbot. 266. Let's do Amazon. AmazonBot. 435. Let's do GPT. Wow, look at that. 3,560. This is, if you come here, right here, where I'm highlighting, on line 745, this is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is out here scraping all your data. And they're taking it. And they're taking it without your permission, and they're putting it into their large language models. So any intellectual property you have out there, anything that you pour your heart and soul into, ChatGPT is coming in here and sucking it up. And I need to correct myself. I need to say OpenAI. So, yeah, AI is a really a huge problem. These AI bots are a huge problem. They're ruining the internet. And they're stealing your data. They're taking your good ideas, taking your intellectual property, and they're gumming up the internet, and they're burning up people's server bandwidth. OpenAI is coming in here with their bot, and just my measly little dinky websites that I have up over a month's time, they're hitting my website 3,560 times. So OpenAI with ChatGPT is gumming up the internet. They're burning up my bandwidth on my servers. They're burning up bandwidth on servers everywhere. And talking with the web hosting company I have, it's become a huge issue. And that's why they're pushing Cloudflare. And to me, it's pretty effing insulting when I put my content out there and ChatGPT comes out there, or OpenAI comes out there scraping what I put on there, my writing, my creativity that I put my effort into, and they're scraping it and they're putting it into their large language models. Well, I don't appreciate that, OpenAI. I didn't invite you to my website. Yeah, I know the internet is an open technology, but who gives you the right to come in and scrape my data and put it into your large language models? I didn't sanction this. It's insulting what artificial intelligence and big tech is doing. And that's a huge reason why I'm starting my own company that gets away from AI and gets away from these big tech companies and artificial intelligence that's scraping up your data and putting your heart and your soul and your passion and putting it into their large language models without you asking. It's insulting. It's ruining human dignity. We didn't ask for this crap. And yeah, I'm kind of ranting here, but it's stupid. And again, that's why a lot of my motivation for starting DisruptApps is to build a breakaway system to get away from big tech's control and artificial intelligence and ChatGPT and OpenAI and all this crap. We deserve better. So yeah, that's just a rant that I interjected here. But anyways, So this is Shawna with a post-production supplemental regarding the bots and trying to deal with bad bots and malicious bots. And so I found this website, and it's pretty straightforward and very simple, and it gives some more code snippets that you can add to your htaccess file, which I showed in this video and earlier previous videos I've done. So just going down here, blocking bad bots with htaccess, and then these blocks of little code snippets here, how to do it with a URI, and then URI, and then string query, and then blocking via user agents, and then blocking via referrer. I'm not sure what that is. It's a little bit beyond my, I plead ignorance on that, but, and then blocking via IP addresses. And it gives you a lot of, this particular website gives you a lot of good insight and examples of how to block with, block bots on your domains if you manage your own servers or your hosting. So I'm not associated anyway with this chemical cloud. I have no idea what this place is. I was just Google-fooing more research and more techniques to block bad bots. You know, as you can see here, I've just been dealing with this bot problem, and again, it's due to AI and big tech. And again, more bot problems with all these bots gumming up the internet and my web server bandwidth. And then I'm coming in here and doing my due diligence to put the htaccess into my domains and folders and files, and doing the robot.txt to block all of them. And now I'm going to see, I'll keep my users and my followers out there apprised of, does this block ChatGPT or OpenAI's bots? Does this block bots? And which bots does it or does not block? Because I'm tired of this. This is bullshit. And the internet should not be this way. So, excuse my unladylike profanity, but it is very frustrating dealing with this. We need a better internet. We need our own internet. We need our own tech companies who put end users first.